This is Veda Sports, only on the VSiN Podcast Network.
Hello, folks. Welcome to the Veda Sports Podcast. Oh, my God. I'm 7-15 for the year. This embarrassing. You would be down 8 bets if you're betting. Mikey's a stellar 16-6. If you followed his bets, you'd be up 10 units. Mike's hot. But Cantu has the 11th most powerful pick in circa. That's 18 million for first. There's an 8% chance that he's going to make it to the end. Cantu, tell us about this. Amazing.
This is kind of exciting news. I just found a nerd stat on the site poolcrunch.com. It says that I have an 8.7% chance to make it to the end. Isn't that kind of exciting, guys? I mean, it's not bad.
So we all seem to be hot. Now, I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to go to Mike DeMatteis because he's earned the first pick. But Mike, not yet. Just want to say this. This kind of will serve as my rant. Sorry, we need to do rants first. But I'm going to do my rant first, guys. So I lost. I filmed Monday, lost. Tuesday, lost. Wednesday, Helmuth's home game in Reno. Then I flew to Vegas. I lost Thursday and Friday. I can't remember losing 3 times in a row. Then Sunday, I worked out. I slept 11 hours. I took a nap, and I went in to play high-stakes poker. On the stream, I lost 6 sessions in a row. That's never happened to me in the 2000s. I never lose at no limit. And so, but I find it funny. I posted this because I want people to know the good with the bad, right? I'm one of those guys. And so if I say I won 24 out of 25, you believe me because people know that I'm honest. But I did see, I'm a little bit pissed off at some of the reaction. Oh, Phil's lost his edge. Really? I'll probably get this money back very quickly. And it's my own ego talking here. But I hate it when people are like, oh, Phil's lost his edge. You can't do this. You can't do that. And I'm just thinking, I had a bad week, guys. But talk to me again at the end of the year. So we'll see. Now let's go to Mike the Mouth, 4-time World Series of Poker winner. Mikey knows sports, studies sports, watches more games than all of us combined. Mike, are you talking about the Eagles?
Well, listen, I'm going to go out of the way here. And the GM has completely remade this Eagle defense with the addition of Jalen Phillips. I can't even believe that he went from couldn't do shit with Miami. Now, he used to be a Pro Bowler, but he's not having a good year. They move him as the other side of the edge with Carter and their other guy, and now all of a sudden the Eagles' defense is just an absolute monster. And,
Behemoth. Yeah.
I mean, Jalen Phillips has absolutely. I was reading this article last night, and this trade has reshaped the NFC, and I kind of agree with that. And the only thing is listen. Hurts has been an absolute abysmal, horrible quarterback, and
he's been bad. I agree.
And inside, and I was reading another article, and actually a couple of them last night. Is they want to move? They want to move on from Hurts. They're very upset with him. He's not following the play calls that are called in, and I think that's where all the internal fighting is happening. But this defense. With the addition of Jalen Phillips, I mean, this reminds me of that Kansas City team 2 years ago that had no wide receivers, and all they had was the great defense and Patrick Mahomes, and they won the Super Bowl. So, I mean, I'm sticking with my pick because I had the dream of Indy winning the Super Bowl. But, Matt, wow, I mean, I really think the Eagles could be the team to beat.
I want to add on to what Mike's saying, and I think the Eagles are having a hard time. They can't get Hurts to stop calling his own plays in the huddle. So this is what I think, and they don't know how to get him to stop. So now they're coming in that they feel it's so bad that they've got to publicly say it. This is all I can think about. Mm-hmm. But the other reason is there's got to be more you can do than putting this in publicly, because you're not going to, what are you going to do? Who is the Eagles backup? Anybody know off the top of their, I don't even know who it is.
No idea.
You're not moving on from him this year. I don't care if he never runs a play that the coach calls. You are not moving on. So
what is the Eagles' record?
They have the best record in the NFL.
They have 2 losses. What are they? 9-2,
7-2,
8-2. Yeah.
It's incredible to me. Like, I mean, this kid has done nothing but win, 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 win. Everywhere he goes, he shows up in all the big games somehow. And they're like, oh, we're going to get rid of him? It sounds ridiculous to me. Now, I know that Mike would rant against him because Hurts wouldn't go to the White House.
You know what it's like? You know what it's like, Phil? It's like, you know how it's like working with someone difficult, Mike. You know how it can be like working with someone really difficult,
But
that's
talented?
like work. Yeah, but really talented. It's like how we have to work with Mike is the same as the Eagles have to work with
Super
Hurts. You know?
talented, Mike.
Super
But a little
talented, but difficult.
How about wait a minute? How about them Chiefs?
Oh, well, we're going to talk about that in my
Mike.
rant here.
Mike, just hold on. Let's go to our man, David Woodley, the businessman. Started speedsurvivor.com. He's at the speedsurvivor.com offices. Woodley, the businessman with great knowledge and sharp takes. And you should see Woodley and Mike go at it in the stream. I'd like to tape some of their phone calls too. Woodley, you got a rant for us?
No, JJ McCarthy.
I don't know what my rant would be. Oh yeah, no, that is a rant. I mean, listen, my
I figured that.
Minnesota Vikings did it again. Like they were looking dead the entire game. They drove down, got a touchdown, and then just Vikings all over themselves by allowing like a 60-yard kickoff return. My rant is you have to fire the GM. JJ McCarthy is. I'm not getting fooled again. He is completely lost out there. I agree. He misses guys. Like
they're all saying that his mechanics are perfect, that his misses are all mental.
He looks like a guy that if he played quarterback for Syracuse, some like garbage college football or some like 4 to 5 win. The fans
their quarterback's pretty good. He's a backup in the NFL. Is pretty good.
Whatever. Like Pittsburgh, just you go with me here, Mike. The Kansas. If he was quarterback for Kansas and he's playing like this. The fans would be like calling for him to be benched. Like this guy has no business being on an NFL field right now. The GM is horrible. Everyone he drafts has been a bust. I don't mind letting Darnold go, and we'll get to that in a minute. I do not mind letting Darnold go because whatever, he was owed a lot of money. But to let Daniel Jones go to Indianapolis is everybody should be fired. I don't know. They suck, dude. I'm so tired of these freaking morons.
Woodley poor Woodley is so. I mean, I feel for Woodley, because he loves his Vikings so much, and he loves his Seahawks so much that when McCarthy had that great game, what was it, 2 weeks ago? Woodley's like, yes, he's our quarterback for the future. Back in game 1 or 2, when McCarthy was bad, he's like, fuck, we got to get rid of him.
No,
Woodley is all in with his
he's-
Vikings. There's going to be no fan happier than Woodley when the Vikings finally win the Super Bowl, if it happens in the next 50 years, and he's here to see it.
Yeah, I don't think they will. I mean, I don't think they will. And the thing is like I'm not going to get.
I'll be
fooled.
dead, but Woodley might be alive.
I'm not going to get fooled on the JJ McCarthy thing anymore until he shows me like 3 games in a row where he looks good. Then I'll be back on it. But like if he goes out and has a good game this weekend, I'll be like, nah, it's like a mirage. I mean, he's just. Man, it's bad. I wasn't going to actually rant on anything. I was actually in a really good mood, and then Mike brought up JJ McCarthy. I hadn't thought about JJ
Poor
McCarthy
Mike
all
to
week.
ruin Woodley's mood.
Yeah.
Folks, we gave you our rants. We're going to go to an early break. And
Hold
we're
on, do I
coming
get
back.
to give a rant? Do I get to give a rant?
Go ahead, Cantu.
I
And
thought
I
his
tried to
rant.
cut
I
you
thought his
off.
rant. I thought his rant was on his Survivor pick. But go ahead, Cantu. We'll give you another one.
No, that wasn't it. No, my rant is on the NFL schedule makers, and I don't know if it's the AI that's making the schedule. And this is me crying out because I want to see. I feel like the Chiefs are getting shortchanged. I feel like the Chiefs, the Bills, the Ravens, the Eagles, but the schedule makers are making it so that these teams just play each other every week, and
When you go to the Super Bowl, you play the toughest schedule.
Thank you,
Yes.
Mike. The parity in the NFL this year is so close. There's 12 teams that can win the Super Bowl, and you're talking maybe 10 teams, 8 teams, but it is so razor.
Dude, this is like what?
There's
Dude,
4.
This is bad. This is a bad rant. These things
you
are
haven't let me
determined.
go.
It's not an AI thing. They determine
Okay,
it
so
every
here-
year. Dude,
Can I-
based on
You
based
guys
on
tell
where
me
you.
my rant. I haven't got to my point yet. You guys tell me the rant. I mean,
Well,
you
go
guys
ahead,
let
Cantu.
me
It's
know.
very clever.
I mean,
No,
let me
Cantu,
get-
Cantu. Cantu, I'm going to give you a moment to gather your thoughts, right? So you
No,
you take,
I have
because-
them gathered. I haven't even
Go
got to my
ahead.
point
Go
yet.
ahead. Go ahead. Because
So what the NFL does is every year they make it so that they schedule it by division. So you play each other, like the NFC West will play like the AFC West, and the NFC West will play the NFC South, and you play the divisions. Well, the problem is these divisions are so bad. The AFC East is so bad. They have no good teams that if you draw the AFC East every year, it's so bad. What they've got to do is they've got to
AFC
split
East.
up.
Don't they have the Bills and the
AFC
Patriots?
Thank you, Mike. Whether it's the AFC East is year in, year out bad. AFC, like whether it's the
Miami
AFC
wins
South
every
is,
game now.
You guys tell me. I can't get a word in. So you can't explain it when you guys
Okay, hold on,
Cantu.
Okay, Cantu, I'm going to give you a moment to gather your thoughts.
I don't need a moment. I know my thoughts.
Well, keep going.
Keep going.
So the point is they need to go away from the whole you play one division or you play a couple divisions and pick it out because these divisions are so bad. Like the NFC West is so good every year. The AFC West in general over the last 20 years is good. You got to take it and break it up into teams and pair them off into teams, not divisions, and make it so then it's all fair. It's just not fair.
I disagree with that whole rant, but that's
you're gonna cost the Chiefs the playoffs because you made it too tough for them to get in.
Oh, you mean because they made the Super Bowl 3 years in a row? Maybe they should play the Saints.
Bad.
Maybe they should play the Jets. Maybe they should play fucking the Bengals. Maybe they should play the Browns. Dude, they play the easy. How do you think they made the Super Bowl 3 years in a row? You think because they had a tough schedule?
Yes, they played the toughest schedule.
Let's all feel sorry for the fucking Chiefs.
The Chiefs
They're 5-5,
so
and they lost five games by one score late in the game. And poor Patrick Mahomes, poor Chiefs. Oh, please.
I feel bad for them.
God,
it's so
get the
hard.
fuck out of here, please.
It is so hard what they have to play every week.
The bleep button is now broken.
Woodley, I know you had to hold yourself back from that last.
Thank you. Hey, guys, thank you for letting me even give a rant.
Dumb, dude. That was a terrible rant.
I had to beg just to get my rant.
You did have to beg. I hate to throw you under the bus. Okay. And then Woodley is too, I think. That was the worst rant I've ever have you.
I feel bad for the Chiefs.
Hold on.
I feel bad for them.
Everybody wants people to play division games. You're like, well, we should pair up teams that aren't in the division. No, we want the division games.
Obviously, you always keep the division games. You just got to stop.
That was lost. That was not clear. Number two,
the poor Chiefs, they lost to the Chargers.
I'm talking
Chiefs,
about
they lost to Denver.
I'm talking about
the poor Chiefs.
Obviously, you always keep the divisional rivalries. I'm talking about outside of your division. They have to make it more fair for the Chiefs.
No. I think that Woodley and Madison and I are like, listen.
I'm like this.
The Super Bowl champion always has the toughest schedule the next year. That's just the way it is.
Agree.
And by the way, Fast Break AI, a company I invested in, they make the schedule for the NFL. Now you might
they did a bad job. Bad job.
No, because the NFL, of course, directs them. You might be interested to find that there's 3,000 variables that make it into that scheduling. And it used to be two guys in a room for months, and they come with the schedule and someone say, this game doesn't work. Back to the drawing board. They'd have to start all the way over. Let me finish. Now, Fast Break AI can make the NFL schedule, I think, in 1 hour. It's incredible. And they send it to the NFL. Boom, here it is. Do you like it? No, we don't like it.
They did a bad job and they need to be replaced by another company. And look, have you guys looked at the schedule this week? It's absolutely
can we talk
atrocious.
about the picks, dude? This is so
one
bad.
of the worst schedules I've ever seen put out this week.
Anyways, it's a great schedule. I mean, Indy's going to go into Kansas City and end their dynasty this week. I mean, what
it really
else
upsets me.
Guys, we have to stop. We have to stop because it's one of those ones where I think we have Cantu a little tilted, and we all are coming at him, I think, with some reason. Listen, back from the break, our number one picks.
You're listening to Feta Sports on the VEASAN Podcast Network.
Welcome back, folks. We have a contest where we give away $500 a week thanks to our sponsor, Edge Boost. Check out Edge Boost's VEASAN Average Show Contest. Simply make 7 picks each week, NFL or college, for your shot at $500. Already have an Edge Boost account. That prize doubles to $1,000. Quarterly winners get airfare to Vegas, a 2-night stay at Circa Resort, and a guest spot on the VEASAN show. I think that's pretty cool. It's free to play. Join now at VEASAN.com/Joe. VSIN.com/Joe. Mikey has still been pretty hot. He's 16-6. Mike, because you're the hottest guy on the podcast, what is your number one pick? You choose first.
Well, last week was a bloodbath for everybody, but I found a way to go 5-5 and moved up 5 spots in our pick'em league, going 5-5. I'm the type of guy that really believes in stats, and I'm going to go with it's a little square, but the bottom line is this. The Detroit Lions, after a loss, are 13-0 straight up and 13-0 against the spread the last 13. With that said, the line is 10.5. I bought it down to 10 and laid $1.15. And my number one pick is -10, the Detroit Lions against the New York Giants. And I don't think that Jackson Dart's going to play. If Jackson Dart is ruled in, I still love this pick. It's just going to move down, and I'm going to have a bad line. It'll probably move down to 9.5. But with Jameis Winston in there, laying 10 against what I saw, how great the Detroit defense whole was last week, the interceptions are coming, and I'm going with this. 13-0 straight up, 13-0 against the spread. My number one pick, Detroit -10.
I got the other side as my number one pick. First of all, it's not 10; it's 10.5 everywhere.
I just told you I laid $1.15 -10. I'm not going to.
Okay, remember, we're not going to argue about the line. We can give you 10.5. We can give Mike 10. Go ahead.
I'm taking it 10.5 because I live in reality.
I laid the nickel.
I live in reality.
Living in reality is still laying the nickel.
It's just very clear that like Detroit was all about the coaching. Them missing Ben Johnson is absolutely,
I agree,
positively huge. It's not a great club. The Giants have been like weirdly feisty. They got Jameis Winston. They got rid of that fat, worthless, bowling ball looking coach, Dable. A lot of injuries. A side note, I was at WWE Raw last night. We were sitting ringside, and Cam Scatterbu was there, and like he actually he's on a shredded ankle.
Cards.
And he was like mixing it up, dude. He was like it's scripted, but he was like throwing punches and stuff. And I can't imagine the Giants were super pumped about that. But anyways,
I saw that video where Scatterbu pushes one of the wrestlers down with a lot of force. It looked.
No, dude. Everyone there was like, "Whoa!" It was a great event. If you ever get a chance to go to WWE, definitely go. I think I don't know, man. I think Jameis keeps it close, and I don't think this Lions team is a mess, dude. The NFC North in general is like really bad this year. And there's a Vikings fan that frustrates me because if the Vikings did have Daniel Jones or Darnold, they'd be leading that division. But listen, the Lions aren't good. 10.5 is way too much. I say it every week, and they'll cover.
Cantu.
I think one of the good spots where you can really find value on the lines right now is reading or listening to the comments from the post game. And the reason Dable, I can't remember if it was the GM or the owner, said that the reason he got fired, I think it was the GM, was because he was running Jackson Dart too much. He was, this is his fourth concussion, I heard, which makes me think that there's no way they're going to bring him back. If they fire Dable, they want to bring him back with kid gloves. They don't want him to be the next Tua. I don't think he's going to play, which makes me like, if Jackson Dart plays, obviously I like the Giants. If he doesn't play, this isn't some crazy thing, but I like the Lions. I think the Lions coming off a loss, I don't agree that they're a mess. The Lions aren't a mess. No, they just played the Eagles. The Eagles are a really good team. They won the Super Bowl last year. They're now clicking. Yeah, they lost 16-9, no big deal, which makes them a sexy survivor pick this week.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna say this. I believe in Detroit, so I'm definitely think Detroit is going to but I do think it's a big thing. Jackson Dart, seems to have swag. He seems to have swagger. He definitely has charisma, and so just listening to my 18-year-old son from Italy, nephew from Italy, talk about Jackson Dart like in odd terms. And I'm like, how do you even know who he is? You live in Italy. It's like, well, I know. So Dart seems to have a swagger. We all think he's really good, and I think that's a big thing. I'm going to go with Detroit either way, but I'm kind of like Cantu. If Jackson Dart's there, then maybe I'll wait till the last minute to bet this. But I think Detroit, the stats Mike cited, 13-0 after a loss, and Detroit's angry. I'm also
oh, go ahead.
And 13-0 against the spread too. That's
if you like Detroit, I would bet it now. If you like the Giants, I think I'd wait. That's just to see.
It's the opposite because Jackson Dart plays this line.
Dude, it doesn't matter. I don't think it matters. I don't think there's like a big difference between Winston and Dart right now.
Are you kidding
a healthy
me?
Dart, maybe 3
Dart
points.
good.
3 points.
Are you
Winston's
kidding
good.
me? Like Wentz is great, but he's also when he's on, he's great. But when he's off, he throws 5 picks.
I don't think it's 3 points, dude. I think it's like 1.5 at this point.
Okay, guys. All right, that is Woodley's number 1 pick. That is Mikey's number 1. We give a little leeway to the lines. We're recording on a Tuesday, so we'll give him 10. We'll give him 10.5. Whatever. They deserve that because the numbers are going to fluctuate all week. All right, Cantu, what is your number 1 pick?
My number 1 pick is going to be not a homer pick. Titans at Seahawks. minus 13.5. Seahawks, I think they're catching them at the wrong time. Darnold had a bad game, 4 interceptions, still arguably should have won. You got to make that, whatever it was, 62-yard field goal. That's kind of routine nowadays.
Still should have won. They should have never been in the game. What are you watching?
Well, he came down. I almost feel it's in a weird way. 61 is almost like he should win now. These kickers kick so damn far, but it was a bad kick. They had a good chance. I shouldn't say should won. They had a nice chance to win.
They had a miracle by miracle that they were in the game, dude. They were down 21-12 with 2 minutes.
Mike, how many turnovers did they have, Mike?
4 turnovers, and somehow the Rams only had 21 points. I mean,
good defense.
The defense played well.
Defense played great. Incredible. Mike loves defense. Mike should be a big Seahawks fan if he loves defense.
I am.
So
I'm going to tell you something afterwards about
Seahawks
defense.
coming off a loss. I think they're going to be real pissed off this week. I think they're going to catch Darnold really trying to play his best this week, and I think they're going to be throwing it around, getting his confidence back. I don't think they're going to take the foot off the gas. I like them to win by 3 or 4 touchdowns.
By the way, I mean, this is like a get-right game for them. I mean, I'm just going to say that I love Cantu's pick here. Mike probably thinks we're all square because it's 13.5 or whatever.
No, it went down to 13. You got a better line now. It was 13.5. It's 13 now.
It's hip to be square. Now, I've been getting killed every week, so being square has not been so good lately. But I think Seattle, all week we've watched them, and Mike says this, and I like this from Mike. Good teams win, great teams cover, and Seattle's covered an awful lot. I'll have to go back and look how many times. They've covered a lot this year. I like this pick. Mike?
Listen, I have Seattle in my survivor. I told you guys 2 weeks ago when I got butchered by you guys for taking the Rams and saving Seattle for this week. So I'm all in on Seattle winning the game this week. But 13 is a lot on the road. If you the Titans have covered now 2 games in a row. It's again the long trip, Seattle, all off a brutal physical game to the East Coast for the early game, which was, as you know, my number 1 pick last week against the Chargers because of the same spot, because that was the second time in 2 weeks that they went across to the west to east for the early game. I do think Seattle wins. I do not think they cover. So I just think it's too many points. So 13.
Yeah,
13
I apologize.
In the NFL is a lot.
I apologize. This is at the Titans. I said it was at Seattle. It's at the Titans, and I still like it. But yes.
I that they are my survivor pick this week. So, I hope you're right, but I don't think they cover it.
I think it's if you really want the most for sure game on the board and you just want to play it as safe as you can on Survivor, I think Seattle is the safest. I can even see the Jets in a perfect. Do I think they're going to win? No, but I could actually see them winning. I cannot see the Titans in any way winning that game.
It's a lot, but I think. Obviously, it's Seattle. Is a big bounce back spot for them. Darnold cost them the number 1 seed with all his stupid interceptions and then his inability to lead a 2-minute drive. That worries me a bit. But
remember what I told you guys last week: Stafford or Darnold. Remember that's what I said.
This Titans team is terrible. The Seahawks defense is great. I don't know how the Titans are going to get more than 6 points on them, and I think Seattle's going to get like 4 touchdowns. I think Seattle's going to cross strong.
You could be right.
Give me Seattle.
Right. I hope you're right.
All right, we're going to go with my number 1 pick, and I think we're going to save some time in the second segment because I think somebody else picked this for their number 2 pick. San Francisco, I bet it at minus 6.5, hosting Carolina. Could be 6, could be 7. We'll give ourselves a little leeway. I think San Francisco is on another league than Carolina. Carolina traveling all the way west, and San Francisco is just. I think they're a top 5 team. Probably the people with with Purdy, and I think that they're just going to blast them. So I think this is not even going to be close. Carolina has not showed me much.
They were only down 14 on the road last week and fucked me out of like
Phil,
$4,000, but okay.
Phil, something to think about. This is, as Mike would like to say, Carolina's Super Bowl. They never get primetime games. They get a Monday night football game. Good job,
Carolina. It's a big
Carolina.
game for them, man. If they win they got the inside track at the third wild.
This is the only time some of these players have got to show their friends and family they're even in the NFL. So for that reason,
well said, Cantu.
I'm being serious. The Panthers, they are going to be dialed in. With that said, I just don't think they have the talent. I don't think they're good enough. I hope I'm wrong, because I would love to see in Survivor, I would love to see Carolina blast out a third of circuit right here. Don't think it's going to happen. I'm going to go 49ers.
I mean, listen, I wanted to figure out last week how Jacoby Brissett had 457 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, and 47 completions. And I'm like, and they lost 41-22. And I'm thinking, well, wow, Frisco must have just destroyed them. Then I saw a 98-yard punt return, 2 picks, and a fumble. And that's how they got. And the San Francisco only had 242 yards total offense, 200 by Purdy, and 39 yards rushing. I mean, they didn't have as. I figured they'd had 400 yards of offense when I saw 41 points, because I didn't watch the game. So I think, again, that's too many points. I'm taking Carolina. They fucked me for 4,000 last week.
You guys are right. I hope you're right. I really do.
Woodley, what do you got?
I've been high in Carolina all year. I'm not gonna stop now.
We're half a game off of our a season total, by the way.
It's a
buddy.
good scrappy team. I think it's funny. Like, they're actually pretty boring to watch. It's fall asleep watching these games.
Boring.
Run it with what's his name from Dallas, and run it.
Yeah,
Dillon's exciting. The receiver.
Yeah, he's exciting. The Kiwi plays. The defense is, but 6.5 is it's a lot. I actually think they can win this outright. I think this is actually a really big game. I think this is I don't really believe in trap games and stuff like that. But if you were to call something a trap game, I think
it's a trap game.
I think this would be it for the Niners. But I actually really like Carolina in this. I debated making it my number 2 pick, actually. But.
Yeah, I debated it also.
Oh boy, here we go. Cantu and I against Woodley and Mikey. All right, guys, when we come back from the break, our number 2 picks.
If you're a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility and your machinery isn't working right, Grainger knows you need to understand what's wrong as soon as possible. So when a conveyor motor falters, Grainger offers diagnostic tools like calibration kits and multimeters to help you identify and fix the problem. With Grainger, you can be confident you have everything you need to keep your facility running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You're listening to Fade Sports on the VEASAN Podcast Network.
The Fade Sports Podcast is brought to you by our sponsor, Splash Sports. If you don't know Splash, the founders bought OfficeFootball.com and RunYourPool.com. They're now live in 45 states and Canada. Download the Splash Sports app, currently sitting at number 7 sports app in the App Store, and you'll find all sorts of contests and bets starting at $5. Thanks again to Splash Sports for sponsoring the Fade Us Sports Podcast. We're on to our number 2 picks. Mike the Mouth Matisow. You still right crushing. Go ahead.
I'm going back to the first or second best team in the NFC, because I said last week if they won this game and it was a brutal physical game, I was going to go against them. My number 2 pick, the Tampa Bay Bucks, plus 6.5 against the Rams. Could come flat off this amazing win. And even if they don't come flat, that team, that was a brutal physical game. Seattle was vicious on defense. And the Bucks need the game. They played the Bills back and forth the whole game. It's a must-win game for the Bucks.
Woodley, what do you think?
Plus 6.5.
What do you think, Woodley?
Come back to me. I want to hear. I want to hear someone else make an argument.
I wanted to. I like the Bucks. Man, the Bucks are impressive. I know they're only 6-4. The injury bug, all the receivers hurt. Bucky Irving's hurt. I'm not sure if Bucky Irving's coming back.
They said Irving and what's his name might be back this week.
Really? That is big. They need
their receiver. What's his name?
Yes, but Bucky Irving's I think the most important one. I think he's very dynamic.
Agree.
They need him back in all ways. If he's back, I really like it. I'm going to be the first to say I'm not that big on the Rams. I just like the Rams to beat Seattle. Other than that, everybody is like, oh, Rams Super Bowl, this Rams. McVay's just on another level.
Dude.
I personally don't think that. I think they're a little bit more of a human team. I don't even think they're a top 5 team. I know that's you guys are all going to rip me. Everybody's upset.
Do you know that they
have
not trailed in 4 straight games? How many NFL teams can say that? Like,
thank you, Mike.
Literally, the Patriots have won 8 in a row, and the last 6, I think they've been down at least 7 points.
Phil, let me know when Mike's done, please.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Cantu. I think you're done though.
I'm going against them this week, but when you say that they're not very good, I just had to make that point.
I'll be done. I'll go Bucks. I'm done. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm gonna say I disagree. I think the Rams are a really, really, really good team. Definitely top 5 team, and they just beat the Seahawks. And so however, I think they might be a little flat this week. And it's funny because Mike, he does not like to lay the points, and he accuses me of never taking the points. But here we're opposite world. I'm going with Tampa Bay. And now I looked at my phone. We're not going to argue, but I see just a little bit of juice. You can get 7. So I'm going to take 7. Mike, you're allowed to lay 6.5. The line will probably jump quite a bit this week.
Yeah,
it's really impressive how Baker Mayfield
love Baker.
Man, I mean, he just puts points up. These throws, he's off. He's just scrambling around the pocket, and they're supposed to sack him, and they're supposed to sack him again, and he just uncorks a 35-yard strike. And so they're coming off a loss, so they're looking in the mirror. So I like Tampa in this. Woodley, you want to comment on this one?
The Rams have looked good, but they didn't really look that good against Seattle. I mean, I want to be abundantly clear. Seattle lost that game. The Rams did not win that game. And Seattle should have won that game, getting the ball back. I mean, I think the biggest play the Rams had was that punter getting it down on the 1 yard line.
Oh, that punt to the one was the greatest punt
that was it. I mean, that was
the greatest punt. Yeah,
that game was a bunch of Sam Darnold bad passes and a good punt. It's going to be a good game. In 6 or 6.5, it's too many. I think this week actually. I really don't like any favorites. I was looking at it and I was trying to find one.
I don't find many I like either.
Yeah, I think every bet I'll make is going to be on an underdog. So it just feels like one of those weeks for some reason.
Back to the schedule making. The schedule makers did a terrible job. Awful week this week. Terrible slate of games. Anyways, go on.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Dude, it's so.
You got Carolina and San Francisco basically playing for a playoff spot on Monday Night Football. You got Sunday night the Rams against the Bucks, where the Bucks are. This is a game they really need.
Indy versus the Chiefs.
You got Indy against Carolina. Okay, if Indy wins, they're inside track to the 1 seed, and the Chiefs are going to be 20% to make the playoffs. Well, after this game, the Chiefs have 5 fucking easy games. So,
anyways, go on. We can go back. Sorry, I just got.
And then there was a couple other real. Dallas against the Eagles. If Dallas wins this game, they're back in the hunt for playoff spot. I don't see where you're saying.
Mike, that's exactly what I was talking about. The Eagles and the Chiefs, they play all the tough games. There's no other good games. Anyways.
Okay, Cantu, it is interesting that we thoroughly debunked your take, but you felt like you had to bring it up again in the middle of picking our number 2 picks. Congratulations, Cantu.
Hey,
thank you.
That's a number. Hey, that's a unanimous.
Pain.
That's a unanimous pick, by the way.
Was it? Oh, Danny. Danny, that is unanimous.
What are you talking about? I thought you picked the Rams, Mike.
No, I picked the Bucks.
Oh, sorry. That is a unanimous pick. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm doing a bang-up job again. All right.
Yeah, you're really out of it today. That's what happens when you lose. When you lose 6 poker sessions in a row, you don't even know what town you're in.
Now, Mike and I will be filming a stream, but I don't know. We're debating whether we're going to film, but it looks like we might be on a stream together on Saturday. Okay, let's not talk about that, Mike. David Woodley, give us your number 2 pick.
We have a team that I'm very down on. But they're playing a team I'm even more down on, and I've said the entire year that they're not good.
The Vikings plus 6.5.
Yeah, I am.
I think he might.
Green Bay shouldn't be a 6.5 point favorite against anyone in the NFL right now. That is a bad team. That is a mess. They have a coach that's going to get fired. Jordan Love is a bust, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. This is a rivalry game for the Vikings. I mean,
Jordan Love is a bust.
Let me ask you something. This is a serious question before you go any farther. If you watched what Packers defense the last 3 weeks, 2 out of the last 3 weeks, they gave up 10 and 13. What do you think? How many do you think that McCarthy, who has by the way, the lowest QBR of any starter in the NFL, how many do you think he's going to get?
They gave up 20 to Jameis Winston, pal.
That's on the road. Okay.
They gave up 25 to Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, well, why don't you look at 2 weeks before Jameis Winston? Why don't you look at the 10 and the 13
they gave up 23 to the Cardinals. They gave up 40 to the Cowboys.
Woodley, I got a question for you. What is wrong with Justin Jefferson? And I know, JJ's not doing a good job.
Nothing's wrong with him. JJ's terrible.
He's not getting separation, actually. He doesn't look that great out there. I don't know if he's disinterested or what, but he's just whatever. This is the Vikings Super Bowl. It is their rival. They have to win. It was
last week. That's why I bet them, by the way.
Yeah, they have to. They have to win.
Super Bowl announced.
No doubt about it. I don't think they will, but 6.5 is too much. This Packers team isn't good, dude. They're not good. They should have lost to the Giants. They lost to the Panthers. They should have lost to the Steelers. They could have lost to the Cardinals too. They haven't looked good at all this year. So 6.5 is just too much. I think this is going to be the true test of Kevin O'Connell. If he can right the ship a bit this week and
I agree.
Put in. He just needs to dumb down the playbook and they need to do a bunch of short, quick passes. They need to actually establish the running game, and I think they will. And they have to get Jefferson involved earlier. So I think they'll keep it close and they'll lose in a really frustrating way at the buzzer.
They're going to lose by 3, but Woodley will win his bet. But have his heart broken. I love the Packers, Woodley. I love the Packers. I agree they have not looked great, but they're going to look great. They're a much better team than they've had on the field. And losing to Carolina was so embarrassing for them. They really had to fight the Giants. The Giants' offense looked so good out of nowhere. But I think that it's all going to come together. They're at home, those home-cooked meals. I'm on the other side of this one. Mikey, 6.5.
It pains me to say it. I'm going to actually agree with Woodley on this plus 6.5. And it's not because I think they're going to win, because I don't. But the Green Bay Packers, they just haven't looked good. I was all in on them on that Monday game. I said, I promise you the Eagles ain't going to score over 10. And everybody laughed at me. And they scored 10 and won the game, and I lost my biggest bet that week. The loss of the Tucker Kraft to this team is so big on offense that I can't even put it into words. Now, they did get one of their receivers back, but he's been terrible. The rookie guy or second-year guy, Goldman, he just hasn't been very good anyways. But they do have all 4 of the receivers back. I'm kind of with Woodley on this. I think the defense for the Vikings has been really good, but the offense has been terrible. I see this game as another one of those 16-10 games or 17-13 games where it's just both teams. I like the under in this game, to be honest with you.
Woodley's emotional number 1 Minnesota Vikings against my emotional number 1 Packers. Cantu, thoughts?
I'm on the 6.5. Give me the side. Give me the points.
I think both these teams are very, very, very disappointing this year. I watched that whole Green Bay as I had Green Bay against the Giants, and Green Bay was lucky to win where you couldn't kick a field goal in that game. Did anybody see the play late in the fourth quarter when Green Bay, I think they were down 21-20 or something like that. They were down a point or two. And Jordan Love, and it's 3rd and 12. And Jordan Love goes like this, and he's running backwards, and he's going back. And then out of nowhere, he goes like this and goes, and just throws the ball
throw. Yeah.
Straight up. And the hang time on this ball is the same as a punt. And it just comes down and it lands in the Packers receiver's hands. I don't know how he caught it. They got lucky to win. The Giants should have beat him.
Or that was a great throw.
It wasn't a great throw. The defender just, I don't know. You got to look at the ball. He just
when the defender has his head turned, it's a good time to launch kind of one of those high ones. So not expecting it. Give your receiver a ton of time to get underneath it. It looked like a perfect strike to me. But I'm a Packers fan.
that ball had about 4.4 seconds of hang time. If you can't find a time to turn around.
I mean, the line on the game was 7, and some places 7.5, but you get a lot of 7s, and they won by 7. So you can't just say, oh, they were terrible. I mean, they pushed to the they didn't lose against the spread. So
Can I finish again, Mike? Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. So the Packers, they just got very lucky to me to even beat the Giants. I just don't think they're that good. Jordan Love has regressed. I don't know what's wrong with him. He doesn't look that good. The Packers defense, what started, we all thought it was going to be some great defense once they got Mike Parsons in the first 2 or 3 weeks. They looked like there's going to be vaunted. That is not the case. I like it. Give me the Vikings, and I think they win outright in this game, and I think they win their Super Bowl.
Woodley got a lot of support in his picks from Mike and Cantu, but not for Homer Helmuth on the Green Bay Packers.
I don't think they can win. I mean, you want to, the one thing you say is,
Mike,
well, they were lucky to beat the Giants.
Mike, you've already talked about the game. Let's move on.
They came off of the Eagles game where that was a brutal game that they lost on Monday.
Yeah, I already made my comments, but I'm going to my number 2 pick because we're running a little short on time here, and I'm going to go with the Chicago Bears -2.5, -3. Right now it's 2.5, so I'll take the 2.5. -2.5 hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers. You talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers being like lucky, and I have my second biggest bet on this team for totals. I need them to win 9 games, and I'm looking at their schedule. It looks like they might be able to pull it off. Rodgers could be hurt.
They need this game.
The Rodgers could be hurt. He could be out. So we're going to see, but that makes it even more Bears to me. Bears have just impressed me. I'm watching a lot of the Bears the last 7-8 weeks. They've been a very fun team to watch. They've won a lot of games late, but I think at home, I think they're just going to smash Pittsburgh. By the way, I'm going to be rooting for Pittsburgh, because I need them to get to 9 games. I had the Bears last week to upset Minnesota. The Bears are just much better than we think. Caleb is much better than we think. And so, Woodley, passing the ball to you. I'm taking the Bears at home, -2.5.
Yeah, I think you make some good points. I don't think Caleb is very good at all. I disagree with that. But that Bears team is playing well.
They bought into the coach. The coach is great.
Ben Johnson's great.
Again, I hate to do it. I mean, I actually love to do it. Again, this is another game on what Cantu said is the worst NFL Sunday of all time. This is a great game. This is a great game. So we named off like 6 really good games this weekend. So good work, schedule Lakers. I don't know. I don't know how they're doing that. I don't know how the Bears are doing. I think it's all coaching, honestly. I think it's all coaching. And you have a great up-and-coming coach on one side, and you have a horrible coach on the other side in Tomlin. Rodgers, I think, is done, right?
He's going to play this weekend, they're saying.
Okay, but he's like hobbled. Not that good anyways.
No, I mean, he broke his right wrist, and it's a slight fracture, not his throwing hand, or his left wrist, whatever.
Just a broken hand.
It's a slight fracture.
Yeah, I know.
It depends what kind of pain he could deal with, they said.
The Bears have been pretty bad for a while. So I think Soldier Field's going to be really amped up for this. They have home field advantage. I think they win. I think they win comfortably. I think they win by at least a touchdown. I mean, man, it's just, I'm surprised. I mean, they might win the freaking division. I didn't see that coming. So
I don't know. They the last 5 games is Packers,
Guys,
Lions, Browns, and Eagles. So
guys, can I make some sense of this?
No.
Can I make some sense of all this?
We're going to get interrupted 5 times. Be ready. Go.
All right. So the Bears, there is nothing to be impressed at all. Sorry, Bears fans. There's nothing to be impressed about by the Bears or the Patriots. I mean, if you guys are so pumped up over here, Phil is easily impressed when you beat the Saints, when you beat Washington by 1, when you beat the Raiders by 1.
I'm with
when
Cantu.
you beat. There is nothing to be impressed.
Or
maybe you're impressed when they've been outscored on the year. They're 7-3. They've been outscored. Maybe you were impressed when they lost by 4 touchdowns to the Lions, or maybe you were impressed when you lost by a couple touchdowns to the Ravens. They haven't done anything. The schedule makers, once again, have done a bad job with the Bears and the Patriots. So in no way, I'm going to use kind of Mike's what Mike loves to talk about, who they've got on deck. The Bears are going to be very happy. They got the Eagles on deck, Mike. How do you like this? Eagles on the Black Friday game. I think the Bears are going to look past this game right here. The Steelers are going to win. Steelers are going to win this game. Give me the Steelers.
Yeah, they're going to look past the Steelers.
Here, they're not looking past anything, Cantu. I like your analysis on the Bears, though. Okay, I think the Bears are the worst 7-3 team in the NFL, but they bought into the coach and they find ways to win. Okay, you look at the schedule. This game here,
dude, like 3 weeks in a row. 3 weeks in a row, they come back and won. Like,
okay, but they haven't won by 3 in any of the games. Okay,
it doesn't matter, but they're winning.
So I looked at this game and I'm just like, well, the Bears just keep winning. They've won 4 or 5 in a row, all by like 1 point or 2. And this game here is everything to Pittsburgh and everything to the Bears, because what I just said, the Bears have Packers, Lions, Eagles, Browns after this game. So like that, they basically could lose 4 out of the 5. But if they win this game, they're almost a lock for 10 wins, and 10 wins is probably going to get you in the playoffs. So this is, and now you look at the other side of it, the Pittsburgh, who's now 6-4, and they've got a 1-game lead over. I mean, who would ever think it? We're in week 10, and the Chiefs are 5-5, and the team that we said was so bad, the Ravens, are also 5-5. Both of those teams are now 5-5. Yep. But this is a game. If Pittsburgh's going to hold on to this division, I mean, yes, they have 2 left against the Ravens, but you got to figure they're going to split those. I mean, it's like a must-win game for them also. I saw 3. It's down to 2.5. I was going to take the 3 and bet it yesterday, but then it moved to 2.5. God, this is going to be such a good game. Give me the points. Give me the points. But it's good. I'm waffling here. I'm not going to lie. It could go either way. I almost want to see Chicago win because.
Okay, guys.
Like
okay, guys.
Congrats,
okay, guys.
3 minutes overtime. We'll with that one.
Okay, guys, we have to move on to our last segment after the break.
If you're a custodial supervisor at a local high school, you know that cleanliness is key, and that the best place to get cleaning supplies is from Grainger. Grainger helps you stay fully stocked on the products you trust, from paper towels and disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Plus, you can rely on Grainger for easy reordering, so you never run out of what you need. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You're listening to Feta Sports on the VEASAN Podcast Network.
Welcome back, folks. And let's talk about pro bettors, how they spend thousands of dollars on data. What they don't want you to know is you can get the same edge for a fraction of the cost with VEASAN Pro, VSIN Pro. With VEASAN Pro, you'll get access to expert picks, public betting data, prop projections, powerful tools, and analytics, and more. Okay. VEASAN Pro. All you have to do is tap the description and see why thousands of bettors are already using it. Listen, last segment, have to go real quick here because we think that 90% of the people, we know that 90% of the people out of the survivor pools. So for me, I saved some really good teams. I'm going with San Francisco. I'm going with Detroit. I have some powerhouses left. My picks are worth something. And now, Cantu, give us a quick word on the survivor pick.
I think it's an easier. I think it was Brett Ritchie that said that this is kind of an easy week in Survivor. To me, looks like it's going to be real chalky, but the way you pick here is kind of, this is like a choose your own adventure book. What you pick here,
big week for Circa people.
Yeah, what you pick here, it kind of determines which way you go the rest of the way. And I don't have anything like too deep to say right here. If you got the Ravens, I mean, yeah, they're a 2-touchdown favorite. If you want to use the Lions and you're not worried about the holidays in Circa, you can use the Lions. They're 11-point favorites. I mean, I don't know. I think San Francisco wins easy with Carolina. It doesn't really matter. I know. I hate to say it.
Okay, now Mike already gave us thoughts on the Survivor pool earlier in the segment. So
yeah,
go back and rewind.
No, I saved Seattle. I saved Seattle for this week. So that's
it's so easy. That's an auto win.
Yep. Okay, guys. Thank you. Really good podcast from Las Vegas, from Mike and I, from New York, from Woodley, and from God knows where, Portland, Oregon, Brandon Cantu. See you guys later.